25 years, Sisters Suzanne Vincent and Jean Mackenzie Vincent have worked as psychic profilers, psychic investigators, and have successfully worked with law enforcement to locate missing persons and cold-blooded killers. Today, the sisters reach the other side on the Psychic Vincent Sisters.
This time on Psychic Investigators. When a local dentist is found brutally murdered in his home, everyone is shocked.
And I said, well, what's so bad that I can't go in? And they said, you really don't want to see this.
The police suspect his closest friends.
Now, all of a sudden, we're under a light for everybody to watch our every move.
Until a pair of psychic sisters share a disturbing vision.
I felt a lot of blood pooling around my feet. And I had a flash of a bat.
And all of a sudden, these spirit guides just screamed out, "Law enforcement."
A month after the murder, she visits two psychic sisters in search of answers. Hosts of a regular psychic tea party, Suzanne and Jean Vincent claim to be guided by the spirits of the dead.
My psychic insights come to me in a variety of different ways. I start seeing flashes of light. I start seeing scenery and images.
I might hear or taste something that would all be symbolic to what is this person all about, or what is the situation all about.
And I also have a spirit guide who accompanies me during a psychic session. I see a picture of him that kind of emerges, kind of like a negative, and he gives me these images and these visions of the people that I'm trying to communicate with on the other side.
Melissa tells the psychic pair nothing about the murder.
And the first thing my spirit guide said to me was there was a grief cloud all around this lady. I just said, "Oh my goodness, your boys found a body?" And she had said, "Yes, they did." The energy around her was saying that someone might even suspect her husband of doing this gruesome crime of killing this neighbor.
I was just simply amazed on what they could see that was going on with our family.
The psychics have seen the murder of John Yelenic, but can they find his killer?
Melissa just kind of casually said, "Well, who do you think killed my neighbor?" And all of a sudden, immediately, the spirit guides just screamed out, "Law enforcement."
We were called by Mrs. Slack on New Year's Eve, and my sister and I decided to go ahead and rearrange our schedule to go down and try to retrace the footsteps where Jimmy Slack went missing, starting from the parking lot. And then we went over to the Westview Park, and I think there's a film that
there's
shows
a picture
us
of Jimmy up there now,
trying to do the research and trying to retrace his steps. And
we did head over to the up towards Ridge Street near the park up that way, and we also looked at some of our markers, and we came upon some clothing near the markers that were pinpointed on our maps. And as we were heading up that way, we found some clothing, and the clothing were very dark in nature. They had been there for a couple of weeks. Jeannie and I called the Pittsburgh police. And the Pittsburgh police came out in 5 minutes from the missing persons unit, and they took a look at it. They investigated it for several minutes, and we're looking at it, and actually called back to the station to make sure that the description was correct of James Slack's clothing.
Now we're looking at you on the cameras there. Was that his clothing?
The Sergeant Gannon had ruled out that it was not pertaining to the Jimmy Slack case. So we're still pursuing and still looking in different areas, retracing his energy steps, which brought us back down to the river. But these items of clothing was ruled out, not pertaining to his case. But they were items that were dark that did match some of the descriptions, and we gave it to law enforcement to follow through with the leads that were at our markers.
We pick up energy, so there was energy around this clothing, and led us that way. And then also we retraced our steps back to the Allegheny River down towards the Ohio River, which is where our new leads are leading us to, which we both have some detailed descriptions of where we think he is going to be found at. In our opinion, he is in the river. It's just a matter of having some people search, and family search, and community search for him.
On this episode of The Psychic Vincent Sisters, Suzanne and Jean visit Bellevue, Pennsylvania, and the Andrew Bayne Library, searching for the ghost of Amanda Bayne.
Amanda, we know you're here. Did you catch that? I feel multiple spirits. I feel multiple energies. She's here.
She says she's sorry about the computers. She said that she loves to show the computers going on and off for the librarians and for the kids. She says that's her way of saying hello. So that is actually kind of interesting. And that's definitely Amanda and her sister, Jane. Did you catch that? She just flicked it again. She flicked this on and off. So that was very good, Amanda. Thank you.
There has been numerous reports about the computer shutting on and off, and it was very interesting that Amanda Bayne shut the computer on and off for us while we were there.
She definitely wants her books taken care of. She definitely wants a preservation of her library. Lots of love and lots of come on in.
Brett, did you get the door pop open on the sound, honey?
I feel that Amanda Bayne and her father, Andrew Bayne, were trying to get our attention. I feel, and I saw them standing there, and it was like, if you want to capture some paranormal activity, well, here you go. And then the door just kind of flung open, and nobody was there.
She's communicating, and I just definitely feel it has something to do with the books.
You can pull something out, a small book.
She might be. I see that one just moved, Judy. This one just moved. I don't know, one of these two just moved.
There's one up there.
Oh my God, it's sticking out!
It is
Look
sticking
it up
out.
there.
And that's what I'm
Did
getting
you?
at.
Okay.
When the book came off the shelf, I was quite impressed that Amanda Bayne and the other spirits were showing off and letting us see, yes, we're strong enough to pull a book back and forth.
Frustrated and depressed, Linda Howard, along with her sister and their daughters, return home to Pittsburgh. Desperate for hope, they seek insights from an unconventional Pittsburgh crime-fighting duo. Psychic sisters, Suzanne and Jean Vincent.
They did tell me a few things on the psychic realm that they probably should not have known. It kind of sparked my interest.
The Vincent sisters have assisted authorities in solving high-profile crimes for decades. They say they were involved with both the Chandra Levy and Caylee Anthony cases. They say they sense what may have happened to Monica.
I felt the fear when I went to Berkshire Apartments. When I was outside the gates, I could see the perpetrators go through the gates.
I definitely felt that she knew the person, that they knew of her, or there was some kind of a connection.
She recognized her abductors, and she knew exactly what this meant. I'm probably not going to come home tonight.
At the spot where the car is found, the Vincent sisters sense a violent struggle.
I feel it was almost like she knew something, or they wanted something, and she just couldn't give it to them.
She was fighting for her life. She was talking for her life. She was convincing them, let me go.